again. Well, working on cleaning out the underside. The car made a liar out of me. As you can see, I've removed the trunk, and yeah, it's a mess to clean up, but it's not that bad. It's mostly just gunk. But car made a liar out of me. As I was working underneath there, I saw some pinholes. So I started working at it, and sure enough, where the spare tire goes, there's a set of pinholes where they tend to rot out. The other side is perfect. Okay, surface rust, I've dug at it, it's no big deal. The fender wells are good, down in the quarters are good. Factory seam sealer is is ugly, man. But everything's good. I went down through there and rubbed, really hard, poke and prod, which is good. But now I've got this area here. And the interesting thing is there's support here, and there's actually support here. If you looked at it from underneath, and I'll go underneath, you'll see, you can see where those holes are, and you can see the supports on both ends. And this is how I found it. So what I intend to do is cut this out, okay, and weld in another piece of steel and smooth it out, and it'll be good. Now, there's also these holes that they get a little rubber grommet, and this one's kind of stuck, so I'm not even going to pry at it right now. I basically could pull it out. I have more of these. That one's really stuck. Hard to do this with camera and all that good stuff on here. Well. Anyway. There we go. This one's okay. Yeah, this one's okay. Have no idea what it's for, because it's right above the shackle, and it's not like an access to the shackle. So I have no idea, but it's rotted on that side. And what I intend to do, since it seems to be merely cosmetic, I'm going to find out, but the metal around it is good. I've dug around this, and this area here is where the hole is. So what I'm going to do is, again, since I'm going to be replacing the metal here, for this I'm going to clean out, I'm going to weld in a very large washer that has that size hole, and weld it in place for the plug for no more than cosmetic reasons. Because if I start cutting this out, now I'm above the shackle, and I have to start, there's just no way to get at it from underneath, and I don't want to do anything that knocks the integrity of the shackle mountings and everything. So yeah, but this is, you can see some of it's strong, and then some of it's not. It's a really thin piece of metal. And I think what happened is the spare tire sits there, and moisture and everything just kind of sat there and rotted it through where nothing was on this side. Anyway, as I said, I've been working underneath, and you can see, wheeling it down. You come on down to the original stuff, and I don't know if you can see under there, I'm cleaning all of that up. I just started on that side, so that's got some work to do. When I'm done, it'll get rust converter, it'll get sealed, and the seal will be the right colors. So that's the work. But yeah, taking the tank out was easy. Draining it was a pain in the butt, but fortunately these tanks have a drain hole, and you can see it down there. I'll zoom in on it. So you just loosen that up, and then you let it run into a bucket, and then I took the bucket and poured that into an empty 5-gallon gas can I had, and then to make sure I got everything out, well, to really kind of flush it a little bit, I put water and vinegar in there as it was, near the end of the draining, and got it sloshed around. And then I used my compressed air to blow it out, which really, brought out the last of it and everything. And then finally, when I took the bolts out, I was able to tip it up and to that corner and get the very last little bit, and I've let it air out. So now I'm gonna work on this too. This is really in good shape. Little bit of surface, but that's like nothing, man. This is really good shape. So that's where we're at. This was easy in comparison. Oh, and windshield's gone. That was pretty easy to take out. Now I gotta, here's the rubber gasket, and that'll come out easy, but then I gotta get all of this crap out. Fortunately, all the little metal studs for the trim are in place and in good shape. But yeah, you can see how the headliner goes over the lip. The new one's gonna go there too, but that's gonna be after the car's painted. Like I said, fortunately, and you can see now better with light, it's dirty in here, but the floor pan is awesome. It's almost as if somebody replaced it, but they didn't replace it. No holes, no rust. I don't even really have surface rust, but it's going to get cleaned up and sealed anyway. And anything that even possibly looks like a seam inside out the body is going to get seam sealed. The car will, by the time I'm done, the car will be able to float. That's it. So offering tips to anybody, because this is more than just progress videos. When you're working on these and you're wheeling them underneath, check these areas. These are prone to problems. Some of the rear quarters down low, but fortunately I don't have that problem. But these are prone. They actually make a replacement piece, but it means cutting out that entire section all the way up to the bumper bracket, and you have to remove the bumper bracket, replace that piece in, weld it in. Way, way, way more than I want to do. Yeah, another thing where they tend to rot is in here. I don't have that problem. I've just got dirt and muck. Yeah, a lot of cleaning to do, a lot of wheeling. Fortunately, the trunk is good because it was a replaced trunk. Not new, but off another car. And also bought a tool. Sorry to run on here, but you'll find this interesting. Those bars are not in the right position. They're not set. And these bars strike fear into people, because basically when they go in, you put them in and then you have to turn them like 180 degrees to get them into the slots or whatever. There's a technique, and you'll see YouTube videos on that. And, oh, guys wear face masks and cup protectors and everything. Well, there's a tool from a Cougar company, Cougar Restorations, that you actually put on the rod and use like a breaker bar or a socket that lets you turn it safely and get the bar into place. And I bought one. I was not going to mess around. All right, well, thanks again, and we'll keep you updated.